Hello, my Fluffle. How are you? Welcome to another month of the Raspberry Rabbits and our Tokens of My Love and Seeds of My Love adventures. So I'm so glad to have you here. You're right here with me at the Raspberry Rabbits and our Designs to Inspire. Here's my website for all the information that you can go to for what we're doing. All right, so we are on Token of My Love number 4. So this month I wanted to do something with some little daisy kind of flowers. So just like in the previous month, in the previous videos on here, we'll be making this heart. And there's a little pocket on the back that you could put a little bag of tea or a chocolate or a little note to someone you love. And you can stuff these with lavender. Or if you are like Joanne in England, you can make a banner and put them all together to go around your bed. She has a 4-poster bed that she's putting them around. All right, so here's our next one. And what I have is kits. So you can get the complete kit from me, which will come with printed instructions, color photos, beautiful Valdani size 12 pearl cotton, size 7 embroidery needle. You also get the pre-printed linen so that you don't have to do any tracing at all. It's ready to go. You'll get the fusible interfacing to put on the back. This is the little pocket right here, and then you also get the linen for this part of the heart right there. And it comes wrapped up in a pretty envelope with a ribbon, and this is the ribbon you can use. So you can get a complete kit from me on my website, or if you already have your own threads that you like, you can just get the printed linen with the information and the fusible, or you can also do a PDF download that will just give you the pattern and the instructions, and you can trace it onto whatever fabric you like. So there's 3 different ways: a full kit, the printed linen, or a PDF instant download, instant fun. Okay, let me show you the stitches that we're going to be using on this one this month. First thing you're going to do, we're going to start off with the basket. So on the basket right here, what I did, have these little bunny scissors and my thimble. I also have those in my shop if you need those. But right here, we are going to do a chain stitch. So the top of the pot and the bottom of the pot, we're done with a chain stitch, okay? So you're going to want to stitch those first. So let me show you how we do that. This is about 18 inches of thread that I have in my needle here in the knot. And you are just going to come up here on this line. And then you're going to go back in right close to it, and you're going to take a little pinch and come back on the line. See how much I took right there? Just that little bit. And then all you do is you wrap the thread just like that around it and push it through, okay? And then let's do another one. So then you're going to come back in the hole, come back in that loop just a little bit near that end, and then you'll come up and you'll take another bite right on the line. I'm right on that drawn line. And again, you're just going to loop your thread right there around it and pull it through. Okay, let me do one more for you. Okay, so you'll come in, grab it right here, loop it around, pull it through, just like that. Okay, so that's how you do a chain stitch. So you're going to go back and forth all the way across the whole thing, okay? Do that chain stitch, and you'll do the same thing down the bottom, chain stitch down the bottom of the pot too. All right, once you're done with that, let me just show you this real quick. This is how I tie off on the back. I just come through and I grab a couple stitches, back stitch, just like that through those loops, okay? Usually do it about 3 times. Using my little bunny scissors, I just chop that off right there. Okay, so the next stitch we're gonna do is in the center of the pot right here. This is a satin stitch, okay? So in the center of the pot, we're gonna do that. And all you'll do, you'll already have all that chain stitch, but you'll come up here, And I like to start right about here. See if we've got this little curve in it. So I start with the straight line like that and come down. And then you'll come back up on the line. Look at it, I'm looking at an angle here sometimes. There we go. And then you're going to come straight down to the next line, just like that. Okay, so you're just going to keep going back and forth all the way like that, filling it in. So you'll do that all the way across, up and down, all the way across. That's a satin stitch to fill in the center. Okay, so you're going to stitch your pot first, and then the next thing you're going to do, grab our yellow Valdani thread, is we are going to stitch these flowers right here, these daisies, okay? So that's going to be the second thing you do, pot first and then that. So what you'll do, you'll see on here, there's a dot and then there's 5 other little dots here, okay, for you. You're going to come up in the center dot like this, and we are doing a lazy daisy stitch. And I have a brochure, a little pamphlet in my shop as well on all these embroidery stitches that I use. So you come up in the center, then you're going to come in the center again, and then you're going to put your needle on that next dot out there, okay? And then you're going to wrap your thread, kind of like the chain stitch. Wrap your thread, just like that, and then you're going to go across the thread to anchor it down, and there's one petal. Then you're going to come back to the center again, okay? And then you're going to come into the next dot. We're back in the center, and we're going to take our needle to the next dot, just like that. Wrap the thread, and then anchor it down. You're going right across the top of that thread. So you're coming up here, and it's going across the top so that it doesn't pull through. Okay, and that'll anchor it for you. And then we'll do one more. Come back to the center. And I'm using a size 5-inch embroidery hoop. I have those in the shop, and size 7 if you need one. These are my favorites. Okay, came back to the center, went out to that next dot, wrapped it around, and then came through and anchor it off. Okay, so that's your lazy daisy stitch. So that's what you'll do for each of the 5 petals. When you're done with that, you'll do all your flowers. And then you're going to take this brown fabric, brown thread again. Let me tie a knot. Okay, so once you've completed all your flowers, you're going to come back in the center, and we are going to do French knots in the center of the flowers. Okay, so all your petals are complete. Then you'll come up in the middle, and we're going to do a French knot. So come up in the center, and we're going to wrap it 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to go down in the center. Keep this tight right here. I always pull mine off the edge of my table. It just goes down easier. Push it right there. And you're keeping this tight right here. That's the important part. And poop, perfect little French knot every time. Okay, so you'll do that in each of the centers of your flowers right there. All right, and then the last stitch we're going to be using is a back stitch, and that's what we'll use for the vines and the leaves. So let me get our green Valdani. Okay, so we're going to be back stitching the vines, and then we're going to use little back stitches to fill in the leaves. So all you're going to do on that, super easy, we're just stitching on the line. And if you get the pre-printed one, you don't even have to trace it. Okay, but we're going to come up and we're going to go down to start off. And then we're going to come up on the line again. And then you're going back in that previous hole. And then we're going to come up on the line again. And we're going to go back in the previous hole. And you'll find a rhythm. Your stitches will be, I usually have really small stitches Just if you're going around little curves and stuff, it makes it easier if your stitches are smaller because your curve will come out real pretty. When you get to the leaf, you're going to back stitch around the leaf on the line, but then you're going to just use a series of back stitches to fill in the leaf, just like that, okay? You'll just use a series of these. So you'll stitch around the outside first, and then a series of back stitches, and it will fill in your leaves. And when you're finished, that's what all your embroidery will look like on it. Okay, so I hope you had fun with this. I had a good time making this. These are a lot of fun to do. We're on number 4 so far. I have all of them in my shop. You can get kits or you can get PDFs, or you can just get the linen, and I also have the supplies. You can like my channel here and subscribe to that, and also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And all of it is under theraspberryrabbits.com. Designs to inspire. Thanks so much, my Fluffle. Take care.